Hello my dear students, I hope you all are fine. After a short period of vacation, once again we are back. Okay, today I am going to teach you the last topic of our chapter Fiber to Fabric. This topic is included in chemistry. Before starting the new topic, let's recall what we have understood in the previous lectures. Okay. So here comes the slide and its name is Life Cycle of Silkworm. Okay, so this topic we understood in the last lecture and due to this process only we can able to understand that how do we get silk thread from the silkworm. Okay, so all the life cycle mostly start with the eggs only. Okay, so the female adult moth lays about 300 to 400 eggs at a time. The female silk moth is laying eggs and after some time in the warm weather condition these eggs are going to be hatched. Okay, and from that a larva, or should I say a caterpillar, comes out. Okay, you can speak larva or caterpillar or simply silkworm. Okay, so they are feeding on mulberry leaves, means they are eating mulberry leaves approximately about 20 to 30 days continuously. Okay, then they get grow and then each silkworm stop eating and start spinning themselves into cocoon. Okay, means they are going to secrete the sticky protein juice from their mouth and start spinning themselves from toe to the head. Okay, and the shape is the number 8 digit, like in a shape they are continuously spinning themselves. For spinning their whole body they are taking time approximately about 3 to 7 days. Okay, and at this stage it is called pupa, means this stage is known as pupa stage, and this structure, which is the spinned structure, is known as cocoon. Okay, so inside the cocoon the silkworm is further growing into the adult moth. Okay, approximately about 2 to 3 weeks the pupa stage, or should I say the pupa, comes out from the cocoon and they grow into the beautiful adult butterfly, or should I say beautiful adult silk moth. Okay, once again the mating process done and the female silk moth will going to lay eggs. From that the larva comes out, then they are feeding on the mulberry leaves, then they spinning themselves and reach to the pupa stage. Once again from that the adult silk moth comes out. So like this way this life cycle will be going on and on. So these things we understood in the last lecture. Okay, now today we will going to understand about sericulture. What is sericulture? Okay, and how do we get the silk thread? Okay, so let's understand. See dear, the rearing of sheep, due to that reason we got woolen fabric, or should I say woolen fibers. So the same way we are rearing the silkworms for getting silk. This process is known as sericulture process. Okay, to rear means keep the animals, taking care of them, provide them food so that we can get any fruitful product from them. So this process is known as rearing process. So rearing of silkworm will give you silk thread, or should I say silk fiber. So this process is known as sericulture, and mostly the sericulture include mainly two processes, that is rearing process and reeling process. We will going to understand these two process step by step. Also we will going to see the video that how rearing of silkworm is done and how we get silk thread by reeling process. So firstly let's understand rearing. As I said you in the last slide that what do you mean by the term rearing? So to keep an animal or insect, taking care of them, provide them food and shelter for getting fruitful product from them. This process is known as rearing process. So rearing of silkworm is a kind of difficult, or should I say delicate, or should I say which require more care. Such kind of rearing is there. It is the toughest rearing. Okay, so let's understand. Firstly, what will happen that the eggs are kept under kept under controlled temperature condition, so that they can get mature easily, and from that the larva comes out. Okay, means what they are doing, they are just helping the silkworm to continue the life cycle throughout this process. Okay, then what will happen that once the eggs are hatched, then the silkworms are feed on fresh mulberry leaves for about 20 to 30 days. Means once the larva comes out, then they will going to feed them with the help of mulberry leaves, approximately about 20 to 30 days. Okay, after completion of this maturing process, they are going to provide them a wooden tray, and on that wooden tray the silkworms are going to hide in the small holes, and then they are going to start spinning themselves into the 8 shape, and that completely spun structure is known as cocoon. Okay, and this stage is known as pupa stage. Okay, at the pupa stage, inside the cocoon, the silkworm is further getting maturing and reach to the stage of adult silk moth. Okay, so means inside the cocoon they are continuously get growing. Okay, then what happen after that? Once the cocoon is formed, then they are going to select the best quality cocoons. Okay, and collect it, and they keep it into the steamed or into the very hot water, or maybe they are going to pass very hot steam through this cocoon, or they are keeping this cocoon under the heat of the sun. Okay, so what will happen, why they have done like this? Okay, so the reason is very simple, that due to that reason two things will happen. The first one, that whatever the silkworm which is growing inside the cocoon, it will going to die. Okay, and second one, that they have created very complex net like structure inside it, so that silk thread will going to get loosened, and slowly and gradually you can easily able to pick the very thin, fine, long silk fiber. Okay, so that's why they are going to what should I say, boil the cocoons, I can say. Okay, so this process is known as rearing. Means they are helping this rearing, they are helping the silkworm to reach up to the pupa stage. Okay, so this process is about rearing process. If you don't if you yet didn't understood, then don't worry dear, we will going to see the video and going to clear our concept. Okay, so now I am going to go for the next process named as reeling process. Over here inside the photo you can see that a pot is there, inside that lots of bean like structure is there. That bean like structure is nothing but the cocoons. Okay, these cocoons are collected into the hot pot. Okay, provide them a lot heat, due to that reason all the silk worm which is growing inside the cocoons get killed or get died. Okay, and the all silk threads getting loosened, due to that reason you will going to get the silk thread. You can see that very fine fibers are there, okay, which is coming over here. Okay, then they are getting united over here, and you will get a very long strong silk thread. This process is known as reeling process. Let's understand how it happened. So firstly, the definition, what is reeling process? So reeling means the process of taking out silk thread from the cocoons that have been soaked into the hot water is called reeling process. Means what they are doing, they are just taking out the silk thread, okay, picking out, okay, whatever the loosened silk thread they are going to picking out and start spinning themselves, okay, so that you will going to get silk thread. This process is known as reeling. Okay, and as I already explained you that if the cocoons are exposed through the steam, or let them keep outside under the heat of the sun, or just put them into the hot water, what will happen that all the adult moth which is growing inside the cocoon, they will going to kill firstly. Secondly, whatever the cocoons whatever the silkworms which secretes very sticky juicy protein structure and spin themselves, okay, so it consists so much stickiness which will not going to pick out easily, okay, so that's why this stickiness will going to remove by this process, okay, so that you can easily pick out a very delicate silk fiber without breaking it, and then you can going to unwound and then twist together for getting silk thread, okay, so this process is known as reeling process, okay. Now you might think that if all adult moth die in this reeling process, then how do they continue their life cycle, okay, so they are not taking all the cocoons, they are just picking the good quality cocoons. Remaining cocoons they are going to keep it for continue their life cycle, means they are not keeping all the cocoons into the hot water. Some of them are going to be reared, okay, so that they can grow into the adult moth. Once again they will going to mate and the female silk moth can lay eggs and further they can continue their life cycle, okay. So this is our reeling process. Now in the next slide I will going to show you both the rearing of silkworm and reeling of silkworm, and combining these two process it called sericulture. Let's see into the video. See, I got this video from the Queen Circuit Museum, okay. They are very well known for their sericulture process, okay. So firstly they are going to show you the life cycle of a silkworm. You can see a bead like structure is that bead like structure is nothing but the eggs, and from that you can see very tiny larvas comes out, okay. Once the larva comes out, then they will going to feed them with the help of mulberry leaves. See, these are the crops of mulberry leaves. Now they will going to take the wooden tray, and on this they will going to spread these mulberry leaves, and then the larva is going to put on this tray. See, now they are consuming these mulberry leaves. Slowly and gradually, continuously, they are going to eating this up to 20 to 30 days. See how they are eating. Once 20 to 30 days spent, then these silkworms are transferred into the another hollow wooden, or should I say bamboo tray. You can see over here that small holes are available, and over here the silkworms spin themselves. They are going to secrete the sticky juice from their mouth and spinning themselves into the 8 shape continuously. See, the cocoon is getting formed. Whatever the yellow bead like structure you can see, these are the cocoons. See, all the yellowish structure is nothing but the cocoons. Okay, that was the rearing process. Now we will going to understand the reeling process. Reeling means making the silk thread with the help of cocoons. So they are just opening the trays after 20 days and collecting all the cocoons. Not I can say all the cocoons, but they read according to their quality, and remaining will going to go for the further process, that is adult silk moth process. And remaining cocoon is going to send for the reeling process. You can see that in the hot water they are going to keep this silkworm, so that inside the cocoon the silkworm get killed and all the threads are getting loosened. See, to pick out the single silk thread is quite difficult and it will going to break easily, so they are going to pick out more than 5 to 6 cocoons, okay, and then they are going to twist it so that they will get a strong silk thread. Now they are performing the spinning process, twisting the fiber together to form a long continuous strong thread. This process is known as spinning process. See, this is charkha, and with the help of charkha they are doing this spinning process. To bleach means to clean the fibers. Now they will make different patterns before dyeing process, so that a very beautiful patterns arrived after completion of dyeing. See, it is written creating patterns. Now they are doing dyeing process so that different colors arrived on the fabric. See how beautiful colors are. Now they will doing the weaving process, arranging 2 sets of yarn together to form a fabric. Okay, in that 2 sets of, one is in a horizontal manner, another one is a vertical manner, and one set of yarn is going over and under the another set of yarn, and like this way the weaving process is done. I hope you understand the whole sericulture process, okay, and we reach at the end of the video, okay, and let me give you a short summary so that you can go through the whole chapter. Okay, firstly I will start with the fiber from animals. Okay, we learn about animal fibers in this chapter. Firstly we understood about wool. So wool is getting from the animals like goat, sheep, camel, llama, alpaca, etc. So to obtain them, first of all we have to do the rearing process, means keeping them, feeding them. Okay, once this process are done, then we will going to go through for the selective breeding. Selective breeding means selecting the parents for get better characterized offspring. Okay, once this process done, then we will move for the next process, that is wool production. Wool production means which consists of 5 processes: shearing, scoring, sorting, dyeing and making into the yarn. Okay, shearing process means to cut the wool from the animal. Then second process is scoring process. Scoring means to wash the dirt, dust, grease from their body, from the fibers, that is known as scoring. Then third one is sorting. Sorting means to just to separate the quality of just to separate the wools according to their quality, their length, their color, their burrs or cores, etc. Okay, then they will move for the next process, that is combing process. In that they are combing the woolen fibers nicely and making them straighten. Due to that reason it would be much easy to spin. Okay, over here you might have feel that madam is speaking wrong, that shearing, scoring and then dyeing. See, sometimes they are directly, if the quality is very nice, then they are sending directly for the dyeing process. But in our textbook it is given that shearing, scoring, sorting and then combing process, and last step is dyeing process. So we have to follow this only: shearing, scoring, sorting, then combing, or should I say grading, then dyeing, and then send for the yarn process or spinning process. Understood? Okay, so this is the this is the process for getting woolen fibers. Now next one is silk one, that we understood just now. Okay, that silk is obtained from the insect name as silkworm. Okay, and then we understood the life cycle, that from egg to larva to pupa to silk moth to adult silk moth. Okay, and then we understood that sericulture, that two processes that we understood in this video, that is rearing and reeling. Okay, rearing means helping the silkworm to continue their life cycle. Then from the cocoon we will going to pick out the fibers, twisting it and getting silk thread. Okay, so that's it for this chapter. I hope you understand. Next time I will going to give you notes as well as the exercise question solution. Okay, till then, stay happy, stay healthy, keep smiling, take care, have a nice day. Bye beta.